Southeast Asia. So I kind of work on student recruitment and student support from the ASEAN region, basically. I'm actually a graduate of UL, so I studied here many years ago in politics and international relations. UL itself, then, it's a public government university in Ireland, so funded by the Irish government. It's ranked in the top 100 young universities in the world, and we focus on two things in particular. So the first one is career preparation and graduate employability. So we build into all of our programs the kind of focused on getting jobs afterwards. So we work very closely with industry to ask what skills are required, teach those skills basically then for students, and then you would get kind of the chances of employment would be quite high. The other thing we focus on is student experience. So we're number one in the world for international student experience. So that's there's a large survey of international students every year, and 2019 UL was rated number one in the world for the experience. So that's kind of the student supports, quality of life on campus and so on. And then Ireland is an English-speaking country in the EU, so it's the fastest growing economy in Europe, and it's seen as a centre of excellence for tech, pharma, medical devices, and other industries. So there's quite a lot of inward investment from those three areas in particular, but there will be other areas obviously that will be growing also, but those three will be the key. Our location. So Ireland is the nearest neighbour of the UK, but it is separate. So you can see on the northern part of Ireland is part of the UK, and in the south is called the Republic of Ireland. So it's separate to the UK. It's an English-speaking country, and it's staying part of the European Union after Brexit. And then Limerick itself is on the west coast of Ireland. So it's about 1 hour by plane to London, and about 2 hours by bus across the country to Dublin. So quite a small island, but very, very kind of large international reach. Limerick is the third largest city in Ireland, so it has quite a large amount of companies, sporting facilities, music venues, and so on. So it has all the kind of facilities you would have in a large city. And the total population of Ireland is 4.9 million people, so quite a small population compared to Britain. So education in Ireland, so all of our universities are ranked in the top 500 universities in the world. So it's a very high quality education system. It's very well known as a warm welcome. So it's consistently in the top 10 friendliest and safest countries in the world. We have a very good visa scheme. So when you graduate from your visa or from your bachelor's degree or master's degree, you get an automatic stay back visa. So the university will sponsor your visa for the first 2 years after you finish. And then if you wanted to work, you can do so. And then if you want to remain on after that, you can apply for a stay back visa to come back. But it's an automatic stay back visa basically for you to study, to work after you study. So the degree programs, so the master's degrees are 1 year programs. So basically you do, it's a 12-month course. So we compress basically the research project into the same year as the taught year. So you do 2 taught semesters. We do 1 intake per year from September to December is semester 1, and in January to May is semester 2. And then there's a research project or a company internship during the summer semester, which is May to August. So for project management, for example, you have the option to do a research project, or you can do an in-company internship. So kind of working and applying project management methodologies to a construction project or a kind of a system within a company. And then, as I said, you get a 2-year visa stay back. Our fees range between 11,000 and 16,000 per year on average, and we do offer some scholarships. I'll kind of talk about those a little bit later. We're a comprehensive university, so we have a large faculty of science and engineering, and then within that, in our engineering field, we're very well known for construction engineering, civil engineering, manufacturing, aeronautical, mechanical, and biomedical. And within our business school, then, as I said, we have management and marketing, of which management would be kind of crossover between engineering and management. What makes UL distinctive? So, why UL specifically? So we have the largest internship program in Europe. So we have over 2,500 internships organized every year. So masters and bachelors. As I said, number one student experience in the world. And then the cost. So if you're to look at a similarly ranked university in USA or UK or Australia, the cost would probably be triple or more what the cost would be in Ireland. The reason for the fees being so low is because we are actually funded by the Irish government. So Irish students study for free in UL, and then international students are partially funded by the European Union. So the costs are significantly lower than they would be in that is kind of a little bit about the student experience. So as I said, the big thing that we do is having very strong pre-arrival information. So we make sure that every student coming to the university is fully briefed. They have support through the visa stage, the application stage, and pre-arrival. We have a fantastic orientation program, and it's a very strong and welcoming community. We have clubs and societies, basically, which we've got about 150 clubs and societies, which allow for activities, whether that's sporting activities or social activities, to happen on campus. So working in Ireland, so students can work part-time while you work. So our master's students often work kind of weekends and nights, and you can work up to 20 hours per week. So you'll earn about 10,000 euros per year if you work part-time. And then if you want to stay on afterwards, we offer, as I said, a 2-year stay back. The average graduate salary is about 35,000 euros, depending on what area you're working in. And then if you want to remain on longer, obviously, then you can apply for a Tier 2 visa. So you must have a full-time role and be working in a company that's willing to sponsor your visa. So that's quite popular option for international students. As I mentioned, then very high employability. So it's a kind of a focus of the university is that I suppose training for specific kind of industry, and making sure that you have the skills to get into jobs afterwards. We have the largest careers fair in Ireland, happens on campus every year, and we do have a very strong career service to assist you with job placement post-graduation. So whether that's in Ireland, in the EU, or further afield, we can help with that process as well. Some of the partners that we would have, so Ireland is lucky in that we have a very strong presence of pharmaceutical companies, computer science companies, and medical device companies, and they have been in the current pandemic have been busier than ever. So everyone is using Zoom, everyone is using Microsoft Teams. There's a pharmaceutical company in Limerick called Regeneron, which has been tasked with basically the US government contract to find a vaccine or a treatment for COVID-19. So they're expanding their facilities in Limerick at the moment. So from a construction point of view, we have some large scale commercial and corporate projects that are happening at the moment. There's also big investment from the government on infrastructure, so road building and kind of large scale projects in some of the city centres. So there is quite big construction projects that will be happening in Ireland at the moment, and we're confident that the economy will kind of continue. So the OECD has identified the Irish economy as the one that will be least impacted by the coronavirus pandemic, and the reason for that is because the companies that are based in Ireland and the large multinationals are basically being tasked with solving some of these crises. So they're actually becoming more and more kind of busy and are still hiring staff. So we haven't seen a huge amount of kind of job losses in those areas, and they're key employers in the country. So it's a significant reduction in terms of economic activity, but it's the mildest hit predicted for any OECD country. And there's some examples actually, of the companies companies that have relocated or have based their European headquarters into Ireland as well. So they would be kind of big multinationals, obviously, that are based here. Just to give you an idea, if you did decide to come to Limerick, this would be the accommodation. So we have basically single occupancy bedrooms. You get your own private bedroom, private bathroom, private study area, and then you share basically a kitchen and a living area with 2, 4, or 6 other students. Cost is between 4,000 and 6,000 euros per year. There's 24-hour security and living managers with very, very secure campus. We have 4,000 spaces, and a lot of those are reserved for our international students. Obviously, we understand it's more difficult to source accommodation from overseas. So just a very brief summary. So it's a fantastic experience. Obviously, the experience will be slightly affected by COVID, so there will be kind of changes to the standard campus life, but we are working on that at the moment, and we're trying to make sure that any students who come to Limerick will have a good experience. And then post-graduation, it's very industry-focused teaching. We offer internships, we offer company placements, so the graduate employment rates and the chances of you getting a job afterwards are quite high.